Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to take a look at another asset package. This time we're going to look at Suntail Village by Regius. As you can see that this is a new package as of the time of this recording. It was posted just about 2 weeks ago, September 9th, 2021. So this is one of the few asset packages that I don't have any reservations about. I think that they did everything that you could expect them to do and at a decent price. So I believe the current price for this is just under $70. I believe it's $69 USD. So decide for yourself if it is worth it and if this is something that would assist you in what you're doing. So let's close that. Like most packages, they both give you a demo scene and then they give you basically just a showcase of the individual objects. Right here is just a README, and this just gives you a couple instructions. And this is something that I was mentioning in the video series concerning the voxel framework that I've been working on, and that is if there's dependencies, you can't have those dependencies be part of your package, that they have to be manually installed by the user. Again, I don't know if it's a prohibition or if it's just the way that the package is stored. Don't know, but the bottom line is this is an example where there's a dependency. It's no big deal. You just install post-processing and then you just do that setting. I'm not going to go through it. It's easy enough to read. So let's take a look at the demo. So here's the demo scene, and we'll just give this a run. I believe I have audio disabled for capture. You never know when a company may be they may be part of the content ID, I believe it's called, and that it looks for if music and things like that are copyrighted. But there is music playing, there's some chirping birds, and there are some sound effects based on proximity. But anyways, so as you can see, it gives you jump ability. You can walk, so WASD, and shift sprints, although not that much. You can see things like the grass, the flower are animated. This is actually pretty impressive. You can do something like this um, with the shader graph, but that's part of HDRP. I'm not sure if it's part of URP, but it's definitely part of HDRP. But to best of my knowledge, the standard renderer, so the built-in renderer, does not support that. So it's pretty impressive they were able to do that without the shader graph. So we can see we've got some sunbeams coming in here. And like I said, there is the sound based on proximity. So I don't have it recording sound, but there is indeed the sound of like crackling wood there. You can interact with many objects. Let's see, not those bags, but I'm pretty sure you can interact with the fruit. Yep, so pick up. Drop, so it's contextual, so it both knows that you haven't picked up something and that you are holding something. So it's more than just an asset pack. It's like they're giving you some of that additional functionality as well. And let's go take a look at the water because it's fairly decent. And again, this is just the sample scene. It's not like as if you're constrained to use this, you would presumably create your own sample scene. This is just an idea of how it all comes together. So the water looks really nice as well. I think this is like it's cartoonish, but not too cartoonish. I think it has that pleasant kind of pastel color to it. The walls, the textures look really good because these edges here, it really looks like they're raised, but they're not, because if you do this, you can see it's a flat surface. So I presume that it is probably using normal maps to get that appearance. Now, obviously, these here, this area is raised, but I'm pretty sure the wall is actually flat and that they're using normal maps to get that appearance. And you can go into the individual places. I'm not going to go into all of them, but as you can see, it says open, so it knows the door isn't open. And now it says closed, so it can detect that the door is in an open status. So again, a lot of extra things, not just assets. I hear fire in here too, so I'm not quite sure why there would be. And little things like, obviously, it knows when you're on the ground, you can walk upstairs, you're not just floating around. Okay, so there is a fire in here, okay? Books, independent light sources. Very, very minor limitations as far as like chests. The chests don't open, they're not animated, but to me, that is negligible. You could always replace the chest with a chest from another package that is animated. I mean, that is so minor that I do want to mention it because the whole idea is to give you a thorough walkthrough, but to me, that's very minor. You can always just swap out another chest. And nothing says the chest has to open. You can click on it and then you just have like an overlay of what you found in the chest. Already demonstrated picking up objects, already demonstrated going into a house. We already looked at how the grass and flowers are animated. We already did a close-up of the water. This river you are able to cross over, whereas the lake would not let you. I think that's just one of the outer boundaries. Random apple you can pick up. Lots and lots of objects can be picked up. So again, like I said, this is one of the few packages that I do not have any reservations about. And I think that's about it for this particular scene. We'll take a look at the other one. But again, like I said, it's very impressive that they did so much with this as far as the attention to detail and the fact that they went above and beyond, not just giving you assets, but you also have the interaction. So that's a few less things you would have to code yourself. Okay, so we have this, and let's just run this rather than zooming in. And that's something else, that this has full first-person controls. So it's keeping you, on the ground. You could walk up the stairs, down the stairs, things like that. And so it has all that kind of first-person control as well. And so like pick up. I have, again, I believe I don't have sound being captured, but each one of these are making a sound when they're dropping. So I'm not going to pick them all up individually. As you can see, nice assortment. You could actually probably use these in combat as well, rather than just being decorations. My guess is these were probably up on a wall or something in the main main demo. So as you can see, no interaction here. Doesn't say anything about open. So if I was to stop this, you would see it's a solid object. It's a single mesh, I should say. That the lid isn't like a separate part. And again, there is proximity sound, so I can hear the sound of that burning. Got some pictures, some fences. And again, they could have just made one fence and called it a day, but they gave you several. Bulletin board. So a smelter, as well as a couple wells. Some wagons. Boat. Bridge. Now, I'm not sure if they gave you the individual boards for this bridge. So they give you the bridge itself. I'm just not sure if you could make your own with anything. So we got a couple beams there. As you can see, you don't even have to use their completely made house. You can make your own using theirs. I wonder if those are the boards from the bridge. And again, I really like the aesthetic that it's, generally speaking, cartoonish without actually being a cartoon. Let's see what happens if you, it probably stops you at the rock. Yes, you got good collision detection there. Okay. All right, I think that's almost it. Let's just exit this and see if there's anything else. So again, the README that lets you know you need to install post-processing. We'll just back up to the main folder. And when you're working on your project, you wouldn't actually need this scene here. You would just pull from the individual prefab folder. So this is where you do the linkage to the variables and things like that, or drag and drop into your scene. So we've got props, nature. So you got the trees, got some bushes, some rocks, the mountains that were in the background, some FX, so candle fire, the sun shafts, smoke. The buildings. Okay, so I think that's about it. So like I said, this is just under $70. It's $69 USD at least as of right now. And I'm pretty impressed with it. Like I said, very minor, the chests don't open, but to me that certainly would not be a deal breaker considering how much else you're getting, that you're getting all these prefabs and you're getting all the interactions as well. You would not have to recode any of that. So it's a pretty impressive package. So hopefully this has helped you make a decision if this is something that would be useful in any project that you're working on. And if you want to see more videos like this, just let me know as far as do a like and do a comment if there's a package in general that you'd like to see. Let me know if you want to see any more examples, but I think this is pretty straightforward, that it's pretty much just an asset pack. It's not like it's a tool set that you really want to see some demonstrations of. It's just an asset pack, and again, decide for yourself if you feel it would meet any of your needs. So that should about do it. So I hope this was helpful, and please do enjoy the rest of your day.